It's a beautiful sunny day here in the north of Italy for the 24th running of this incredible historic race right here in the center of the karting universe. Hello everybody, welcome to South Garda Karting and the 24th running of the Winter Cup. The karts are on the grid. This is Ian Sylvester, your commentator for the event that next year will celebrate a quarter of a century. The Winter Cup, incredibly, in beautiful sunshine. In the years gone, we've had rain, hail, sleet, snow, -5 degrees temperatures. Today, 16 degrees, sunshine, a dry track, and we're ready to race the first of our 4 finals of this, the Winter Cup for 2019. In a few moments, the OK class will go out onto the circuit for their 22-lap final. It promises to be an absolutely spectacular race. Last year, the race was won by Hannes Janka in a Kart Republic chassis. And indeed, it is a Kart Republic chassis that will start on the front row of the grid, not on pole position. That's Dexter Patterson. And behind him, Taylor Barnard, also in a Kart Republic. It's a green kart that starts out at pole. There are 3 Brits, 2 Englishmen, a Scotsman on the front 3 places on the grid. And amongst them, the super impressive Swiss driver for the Lanari Racing Team, Leandro Anderuti. To the right of your screen, right by the Tony Kart sign, it's the Tony Kart of Joseph Turney. Noe Millel, 270, also in a Tony Kart. Starts on the 4th row of the grid. This is the circuit where his uncle, Johnny Mislievich, won the 1996 Formula Super A World Championship. The Swedish driver, and speaking of Swedes, that's Dino Boganovic starting behind Noah. Christian Comanducci, wow, he has been impressive for the Pachito Racing Team. The 241 Iami powered Tony Kart starts on the 6th row of the grid. To the right of your screen, 224 Luigi Carluccio from southern Italy in the Birol Art Kart. He starts a spot ahead of 201. The reigning world champion, that on the center of your screen, is Lorenzo Travisanuto. Dexter Patterson, 249 from Glasgow in Scotland. For Kart Republic, the 2017 Junior World Champion starts on the front row of the grid, but it will be Joseph Turney from Milton Keynes in England for the factory Tony Kart team to start out of pole position. Mr. Thompson, Harry ahead of David Lewinsky, the Dutch driver. Rasmus Jutsimis, the 222 Cosmic Kart from Finland, where incidentally the World Championships for this category will be held at the Alahama circuit later on this season for the first time since 2002. There is the 222 Cosmic Kart. Looks superb and it's quick as well. The Finnish flag approximately on his helmet. So you look at the back of the grid there, towards the back of the grid at least. The karts are now being pushed into life. There's Semi Megotuniev, the driver from Marseille in southern France, 230. The Tony Kart, we're ready to race. This is the Winter Cup, the race that dates back to 1996. On that occasion, we were still racing 100cc, and the equivalent winner of this category, although it didn't exist, was Natale Maggio, head of Johnny Mislievich and Nicola Gianni Berti. They won Formula A on that occasion, which is the approximate equivalent of this, the OK category, as we take a look at the grid. JT from MK, on pole, Turney from Milton Keynes. Then it's the Scotsman Patterson, Anderuti, Barnard, Carluccio, and the Sicilian Gabriel Mini. Travisanuto, Noe Millel, the first of the boys from Brazil, Andreas Matias Morgato, on the 5th row of the grid, alongside Dynamite Dino Boganovic. Tauscher, Comanducci, Kayaski, Kirill Small, Mr. Thompson alongside Hugo Sass in the McLaren Kart Republic on the 8th row of the grid. Levinsky, Megatonif, Rasmus Yutsimis and the 2016 world champion from Spain, Pedrito Hiltbrand. Joseph Knopp, Sebastian Ogard, Lorenzo Fluxa, and the Colombian-American Sebastian Montoya, the 221 Tony Kart on the 12th row of the grid. For RS competition, Bastian Bus, Eduardo Villa in the Tibi Kart, Gilles Stadsbatter, Jenna Civico, Nicolo Kuhlmann for Boscaini Motorsport, Bertini Cola, Luca Griggs from Pagam in southern England alongside the Dutchman Dilano. The final row of the grid, Federico Albanese, and Menino do Brasil, Gabriel Bortoleto. Turney to the right of your screen. In the Tony Kart, we go green, and appropriately, it's the green card of Joseph Turney who leads into turn one. Brilliant start by Leandro Andaruti. The Lanari Racing team driver slides up the inside into second spot. But before we get out of the third corner, he's already been pushed back to third by the reigning world champion, Lorenzo Travisanuto. Down the hill they come for the first time. Brilliant start by Lorenzo. Luigi Coluccio, the second Italian who's already up into position number 4. In the Birolart, Joseph Turney runs wide. Still the Bridgestone tyres not at maximum temperature. Slight oversteer on the exit and understeer going in as they come up the straight. Desperate to try and get temperature into the Bridgestone tyres, the Vortex engine, the Tony Kart chassis. They complete lap number 1 because right behind him and coming from the 4th row of the grid is Travisanuto. Down the inside goes Coluccio. The Italians go 2 and 3. The Swiss driver Leandro Andaruti is pushed back to position number 4 ahead of Dexter Patterson from the front row of the grid. The Scotsman, a disaster off the start. Andaruti tries to respond. Coluccio knows it, puts it down the middle of the track. Then it's Dexter in the Kart Republic chassis, Naomi Lil, Barnard Boganovic, Margato, and Mr. Thompson, a superb start. The Londoner for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, already inside the top 10. Last time round, 0.3 of a second. He's right on his tail now. Travisanuto on Turney. The reigning world champion in the Kart Republic. He's the race leader on the start-finish straight. We've had a huge accident. The race will be neutralised inevitably. 3 karts involved. Sebastian Montoya is one of them. It looks as though the Dutchman, Levinsky also. The race has been neutralised. Full course yellow. Fluxa, in fact, is the other driver involved with Montoya. And indeed, Montoya, Fluxa. I'll get this right. Montoya, Fluxa, and David Levinsky, the 3 karts involved in a huge accident on the start-finish straight. Montoya, as he did in the superheat, tries to restart, but he can't. You're going to see the carnage in just a moment. There's the yellow flag. And there is Montoya's kart in the middle of your screen. A spectacular, massive crash on the start-finish straight. 3 retirements. The drivers, fortunately, are okay. Levinsky and Fluxa had words with each other as the rest of the field came streaming through at 110, 115 k's an hour under the bridge on the start-finish straight. Here's Comanducci, unfortunately, the Italian. While all that was going on, he's also a retirement, along with Gabriele Mini. Oh, let's take stock after 3 laps. Joseph Turney is the race leader. The race has been neutralised. Travisanuto and Coluccio, 2 and 3, are the Italians. A huge crash on the start-finish straight has taken out David Levinsky of Holland, Lorenzo Fluxa of Spain, and the Colombian-American Sebastian Montoya. Comanducci and Gabriele Mini retired even before that accident. The track still being cleared. Turney, the race leader, amongst the carnage from Travisanuto, Coluccio, Andaruti and Dexter. What a start! A sensation, and not the type that we want. Here at South Garda Karting, the packed grandstand to the right of your screen. They saw all that unfold right in front of them. Sebastian down onto the control tower on the start-finish straight. He is okay, as are Levinsky and Fluxa. What a start! Joseph Turney oblivious to what happened. He was leading the race. So after 4.5 laps of the 2019 Winter Cup, remember we started with 70 drivers, 68 for the Superheats. Now we're down to the final 34. And after the 5 retirements, 29 drivers fighting for victory in this historic race that dates back to 1996. Hannes Janka winning last year from Nitro Nicholas Nielsen, and Petro Hiltbrand was third last year. The Spaniard, can he stand on the top step of the podium? He runs in position number 10, the 258 CRG. There is indeed the 2016 World Champion right behind Harry Thompson. Another lap under yellow. They'll complete lap number 5. The track's still being cleared. What a start to the Winter Cup for 2019. The cars to the left of your screen of Levinsky and Fluxa, and indeed the 221 Tony Kart of Montoya virtually destroyed. A massive crash, but fortunately those drivers are okay. So we're preparing to go green next time round, and it will be the green kart of Joseph Turney who leads. Temperature falls off the tyres a little bit. They aggressively warm them as we go back up to the start. The sun shines here in northern Italy, the centre of the karting universe. This is the circuit that was built in 1988. Halfway between Venice and Milan, home to so many drivers, teams, mechanics. This is the centre of the karting universe. And it's the driver from Milton Keynes in England, Joseph Turney, who lives just a few miles away from the Red Bull F1 factory, who will lead off the restart. Right behind him, the reigning world champion, Travisanuto, and position number 3, Luigi Coluccio. Turney leads them through the final corner. The green flag flies, and we go green once again. Coluccio slightly misses the start as they race down the start-finish line at near on 130 kilometres an hour. A clean start. Joseph Turney pulls away, but right behind him, Lorenzo Travisanuto. Another retirement. That's Kirill Small. The Russian is out. Oh, the Ward Racing team driver from Yekaterinburg in the country we once knew as the Soviet Union is a retirement. After being so competitive all weekend, bad luck for Kirill Small, and we're down to 28. So Turney leads from Travisanuto. There's Andruti back in position 4. Side by side, the Ward Racing team driver, Dino Boganovic, fighting with Taylor Barnard, Noemi Lel. Petro Hiltbrand goes up to 9th, ahead of Mr. Thompson. Mattias Morgato. But out front, you can see the Italians have taken control of this race. Turney pushed back to position number 2. Travisanuto takes the lead. Now the question is, can Turney respond? He's fighting that Tony Kart. You saw him have 2-3 goes at the corner. Coluccio saw it happen as well. He thought about going down the inside, too far back. Here's the red Birrell out behind the green Tony Kart. Travisanuto, will he walk away with this, or can Turney respond? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Andruti, then back to Patterson. Taylor Barnard, the Team Roxburgh driver, not far behind also. And it's Boganovic and Noemi Lel, the Swedish drivers. So after 8 laps, Lorenzo leads from Joseph. And it's Coluccio, who looks behind him back to Leandro Andruti in the black and silver Lanari racing kart. Identical equipment, almost, in terms of chassis at least, to that of Travisanuto. Both running IAME engines, in fact, so it's really nothing between the karts running in 1st and 4th. But there is a Tony Kart and a Birrell Art in the way. Coluccio in particular looking racy as Patterson goes down the inside, and Turney retakes the lead, but he goes too deep. He tries to drive up the white line. Travis Nuto gets him on the exit. Well, indeed, he did respond as Milel is pushed wide. Further back in the field by Pedro Hilbrand. The Spaniard goes through into position number 8. Turney did make the move for the lead, but Lorenzo got him on the next corner. Coluccio bides his time. The Italian in the Birolart, who won right here 6 months ago in the WSK Open Cup. The Birolart of the driver from Maglie in southern Italy, third in the World Championships last year for the team from Lisone. Birolart celebrating 60 years of competition in 2019. Their racing heritage dates back to 1959, and Coluccio tries to write his name into the history books. He goes position number 2. The Italians first and second. Turney is his race run. He's back to third ahead of Anderuti. Then it's Patterson. Then it's Taylor. Dino Beganovic coming to play also, the Swede for Ward Racing. Coluccio looks behind. He's already dropped off JT from MK. Coluccio sets about chasing his countryman, the reigning world champion, Lorenzo Travisanuto. Down the hill they go. The Birolart 0.5 of a second behind. You can see the gap for yourself on the screen as we approach half race distance, the 24th running, the 2019 Winter Cup here at South Garda Karting. Barnard down the inside and takes the Scotsman. It's almost like the rugby up at Murrayfield. The English versus the Scots. Barnard and Patterson. They go wheel to wheel. They lose time as they go. Travisanuto, Coluccio, 1 and 2. Then it's the Englishman, Joseph Turney. Anderuti. Can he get up onto the podium? He was fairly well belted on the opening laps after the restart, but he settled down. He's quick. Leandro for the Lenari Racing Team. Over the ripple strip. Lorenzo smashes it, in fact, going through turn number 5. Then we go back to Patterson. The Scotsman. No love lost between the Scots and the English. And at the moment, it's the boy from Glasgow ahead of Taylor. Right behind him, though, is the boy from Blanes, north of Barcelona, in Spain, the 2016 world champion. Third in this race last year for CRG, Pedro Hilbrand has got by Beganovic, Mr. Thompson, Noemi Milel, and the first of the boys from Brazil, Matias Morgato. Just outside the top 10 is Matias from Sao Paulo in South America. Head of Rasmus Yutsimi's Hugo Sass. Bortoleto has come charging through from the back of the grid. As he's done so often, he had an engine failure in qualifying. As Turney retakes position number 2. We'll get back to Bortoleto in just a moment. Turney splits the Italians. Oh, a big move up the inside from Dexter. Came from the clouds. The boy from Glasgow goes through. Can he hold it? Oh, spectacular! Patterson goes P3. He came from a mile back. Lined up both Anderuti and Coluccio. He got the 2-for-1 deal there. Oh, just spectacular. Patterson, the 2017 Junior World Champion. What a move. Coluccio and Anderuti, for that matter, don't know what hit them. Coluccio's back to 5. Anderuti's 4. Patterson now up onto the podium. There's Barnard, goes through on Coluccio also. And look at the black CRG coming to play. It's Pedro Hilbrand. So Turney back into second spot. Starting from pole, the gap to Travisanuto, 0.6 of a second. Stand by. This will be a barnstorming finish here at South Garda Karting. The Winter Cup for 2019. This race is on. Anderuti in the black and silver cart. What a sensational move by Patterson. And just behind them, Pedro Hilbrand has already gone through. We'll check the lap times on Pedro Hilbrand, 47.7 last time. So he's matching Travisanuto. There's a move down the inside. Oh, there's Harry Thompson. You can't intimidate him. His younger brother, Tommy Thompson, boxing champion in London in England, and he's taught his older brother, Harry Thompson, how to fight. Thompson up to 5. Fighting there with Pedro Hilbrand. There's the leaders not far ahead of the Spaniard and the Brit. They've dropped off Coluccio and Milel. And position number 9, position number 10, Os Meninos do Brasil. The boys from Brazil, Morgato 9, Bortoleto from the back of the grid. Grid number 34 is in position number 10. There's still 7 laps remaining. That is Thompson for Ricky Flynn Motorsport. He won this race in the junior class 2 years ago. He stood on the top step of the podium. At the moment, he's 2 steps off it. Still ahead of Hilbrand. So 1, 2 and 3. Travis Anuto, the gap is 3/10. He hasn't been able to pull away. There is Andruti in position number 4. This race will come alive in the dying laps. Down the hill, Andruti. There is Patterson in 3rd. Turney ever so close to the back of the reigning world champion, Lorenzo Travisanuto. The far part of the circuit is right there. The Tony kart has come alive in the final part of this race. Andruti in the Kart Republic. There's Thompson. There's Hilbrand, Coluccio, and Noah Milel. 5 laps to the checkered flag. Here in the sunshine of northern Italy, the Winter Cup for 2019. 0.2 of a second between Travisanuto and the ever so ragged, spectacular, but fast Joseph Turney. He won the X30 International Final at Le Mans last year. Factory Tony kart entry for this season. And wow, look how quick he is. He closes in on the back of Travisanuto. Will he make the move into the final part of the circuit? 4.5 laps remaining. Time is running out. Patterson is gaining on the back. Kart Republic's running 1, 3 and 4. Split by the Tony kart. And then Mr. Thompson in the Vortex powered FA runs position 5. Travisanuto on the absolute limit going through turn number 2. Turney saw that himself. Smashes a ripple strip down the inside. Joseph Turney takes the lead. They're side by side, but Travisanuto gets him back on the exit. Dexter Patterson, the boy from Glasgow, makes it a Kart Republic 1 and 2. Oh, Turney, he was in the lead. I told you this race would come alive, and it's done exactly that. Will it be Patterson? Will it be Travisanuto? Andruti makes it a Kart Republic 1, 2 and 3, but only briefly because Turney responds. He wants to win. 500 meters ago, he was in the lead. He's back to position number 3. And we've got 3 laps to go. Dexter, Junior World Champion, PFI England 2017. Travisanuto, the reigning World Champion, having won that title not more than 6 months ago. Oh, this is spectacular. The gap, 0.2 of a second. They've dropped off Turney. Andruti briefly up on the podium. Thompson still in position number 5 from Hilbrand, Coluccio, Milel. Os Meninos do Brasil still run position number 9 and 10. Then it's Hugo Sass, Kayaski, Taylor Barnard, Jenna Civico, and Semi Murgatunif rounds out the top 15. 2.4 kilometers remaining. Hannes Janka won the title last year in a Kart Republic, and the KR karts, the chassis engineered by the genius that is Dino Chiesa. They run 1, 2 and 4, split by the green card of JT. Patterson closes in on the back of Lorenzo, the Italian versus the Scotsman. Italy and Scotland played out a spectacular match of rugby at Murrayfield just a few weeks ago. The Scots won on that occasion, but here in Italy, it looks as though the tide will change. Can Dexter change that? A lap and a half remaining. Kart Republic 1 and 2, the Italian, the Scotsman. This is nail-biting stuff. Turney under pressure from Andruti for position number 3, the final of the Winter Cup for 2019. Travisanuto puts in the big ones, drops off Dexter ever so slightly. The gap out to 0.3 of a second. Drives it down the middle of the circuit. How good is this? in the center of the karting universe. Patterson on the back of Travisanuto works the steering wheel down the hill for the final time. Down the middle of the track, no he doesn't. The traditional line, there's Antonucci desperate to get up onto the podium. 3 corners remaining for Dexter to do something magical. The Scotsman, time is running out. He lines him up 2 corners before. Watch him down the inside. Again, he tries the high line. He won't do it. The victory for 2019 goes to the reigning world champion, Lorenzo Travisanuto. Oh, what a race. Just spectacular. Dexter finishes in position number 2. And rounding out the podium, Joseph Turney in the Tony kart. Andaruti just misses the podium. Patterson just misses the victory. Oh, that was sensational. Great drive from Dexter, makes it a Kart Republic 1 and 2, the 2017 Junior World Champion 249 into Parc Ferme. There's Joseph Turney in the background. Great drive also. Let's give some credit to Leandro Andaruti from Switzerland. Just 14 years of age for the Lanari racing team. Congratulated by Ricard Kale, team manager with Kart Republic, who himself was on the podium in this very race back in Formula Super A in 1998. He took 3rd behind Andrea Bellicchi and Roberto Toninelli. The glory days of 100cc Super A. And 21 years later, his driver takes 2nd place. There's Coluccio. Good drive from Luigi, gave it everything early on. Finishes inside the top 10. And Petro Hiltbrandt, the 2016 world champion for CRG, is back. And we'll have the podium presentation in just a moment. Let's take a look at a replay, some of the highlights of this spectacular race. Joseph Turney took the lead from pole position. Travisanuto, Coluccio. Patterson made a great drive also. We go back to the highlights. Of course, the race was yellow flag neutralised early on. Lubinski, Montoya and Fluxa. But in the end, a sensational drive for the race. Travisanuto made it a sensational win here this afternoon. Patterson finishes in position number 2. And Joseph Turney from England in the Tony kart finishes in 3rd here this afternoon. The podium presentation here at South Garda Karting in just a moment. Presentation for a spectacular OK race here at South Garda Karting. We're ready for the drivers to make their way up. 3rd place, Joseph Turney from England. 2nd place, Dexter Patterson from Scotland in Great Britain. The winner of the 24th running of the Winter Cup is the reigning world champion, Lorenzo Travisanuto. 3rd place to Joseph Turney of Great Britain. 2nd place to Dexter Patterson, also of Great Britain. The winner of the 2019 Winter Cup here at South Garda Karting, it's Lorenzo Travisanuto of here in Italy.